Well, our first question is going to be, why do you feel like you're the best person for the job?
This is an odd answer to say, but I don't know that I'm the best person. I think we're all great candidates, and I don't look at this as a competition by any means. We just all bring something different and unique to the table, and the city manager has that decision to make. She knows what she's looking for. So this is like a showroom, and we're all different cars, and I may be the minivan, and Roberto may be the hybrid, and Mike may be the sedan. The city manager knows what time in the city it is for her to have what vehicle to drive the department forward. And so we just want to showcase the best that we have to offer and let her make that best decision. As a career public servant, my job is not to get a job, my job is to serve. And if I'm the right person to do it, she makes that decision. If not, it'll still be the honor of a lifetime just to have been the finalist in this. And this will be one of the highlights of my law enforcement career, in all honesty.
Wow. What are the kinds of things that the public brought to you tonight? What were the things you were hearing, the hard questions that you were asked?
It's all about recruitment, retention, and violent crime.
Really, those were the big three.
Yeah.
Obviously, recruitment is going to be the big challenge you're going to be faced with immediately upon taking the role if you're chosen. What is your plan and goal for that?
Yeah. I find that we...
Sorry, she was trying to get eye contact.
No problem.
Okay. You just look at me, I guess.
I find that ensuring that we have the patrol officers, who are the people who are in crisis because they don't have enough help, putting not a burden, but putting a responsibility on them. You're the one who has to work with these people. You go find them. You come in contact with hundreds of people all day long. At least one of those people may want to be a police officer. So we have to do more than just say, hey, I think you'd make a great police officer, you should apply. We have to say, I think you'd be a great police officer. I'd like your name, I'm going to give it to recruiting. And then we give it to recruiting, and recruiting calls that person and says, hey, Brian Boetig said you'd be a great police officer. I'd like to have you come down here. I always knew I was going to get into policing. I knew I was going to do it when I graduated college. And then I ran into a police officer, and I was telling them, he said, well, why don't you start now? I said, well, nobody's asked. And so I started 2 weeks later and worked my way through college as a police officer and became a state police officer because one of the guys said, you'd be a great state police officer. Why don't you apply? I said, okay, let's do it.
Right.
I only did it. I was planning on doing this, but I accelerated and I did so many things just because somebody asked. So we can't just wait at the table for people to come to us and say, I want to be a police officer. We've got to go out and find the people. And by doing that, we're recruiting from the city of Dallas. There are 1,000 people in Dallas who want to be police officers. We just have to find them.
Right, and especially if you start young, it might take a couple decades for them to come into your department, but at least you started early.
Absolutely.
And that's great. One last question. Given your specific background with the FBI, there has been a distrust with the department in the last few years. And so
Department of Justice or Department?
The police department.
Oh.
The Dallas Police Department. There's a feeling of mistrust. There's a feeling of where is this department heading? So do you have a goal on how to tackle that and really create that brand?
I'm not sure I've heard the same about or where you're telling me the mistrust is. Is it mistrust between the community and the department or within the department?
Yeah. I would say from the community with the department,
okay.
Just that relationship.
Sure. I'd have to get on the ground and have a couple more discussions, but with my experience, I've been all around the country, all around the world. This is one of the finest police departments in the country, and it's the only reason I've applied here, because I don't want to go into I'm not going to fix something that's broken. I want to come into something that's already great and see what I can do to tweak it and make it a little bit better.